nobody wanted this place. Yet you had an idea, you said this could be turned into a new city.
Yeah.
How did you believe in this project, despite the fact that, was it given for free first for the government?
No, that's the thing that with Telliskivi, that we didn't get the property for free, that this is bought from the market through an auction. The project works on market terms from the very beginning, that even the property has been bought from market, competing with construction companies who wanted to build new housing here. So in that sense, it's a perfect example that it can work on market terms. We've realized that in like 3 years ago, so that this kind of concept works, and maybe it's also replicable to other cities. So we also started a similar type of project in Tartu, which is the second largest city in Estonia. And we call it there aparaaditehas, like an apparatus factory. From also it was an old electronics factory, and there the development is even quicker, because to the local residents we only have to say that the same guys who are behind Telliskivi Creative City, and everybody was on board immediately. There was a long line of tenants. That here we started out so that we looked for the first tenant almost 9 months till we found somebody brave enough to actually move in. It was the Black Nights Film Festival. Still grateful to them that they probably came because they couldn't afford anything else, but it was good enough for us, and then we kind of moved away from there. It was very difficult in the beginning because the territory looked very bad. We didn't have any asphalt anywhere. There was mud and puddles everywhere, and then it was cold, and so it's because there was no windows in most of the buildings, and even if you renovated one room, the rest of the building was really cold. And so we constantly had to sell the idea that maybe 5-10 years down the road it will be a nice area, just bear with us. And so there was a lot of kind of hope selling that in Tartu we didn't have to do that. They said, okay, the same guys who do the same thing, we're on board. But what makes this interesting is that in the beginning of the year we got another award that was given over to us by the head of the parliament, that for the company who most contributed to civil society. And this kind of makes it interesting for me, because these awards are the either side of the coin, that you are either very successful in business or you are socially very kind of active and responsible. The fact that we got them both in the same year is the fact what makes them kind of valuable to me, that it's a perfect example that you can have both. I had a meeting with one of the leading banks in Scandinavia, and one of the board members, and they met me in order to understand that how can a bank also be more socially responsible in the everyday business. And there was an interesting question. He asked me that how do I see Telliskivi? Is it a kind of social enterprise or is it a business enterprise? And I had never kind of thought about that before, but only then started. But it's to me, Telliskivi is the type of enterprise that every company should be in maybe 15-20 years time. That they should have to have this social side as well. You cannot only be on the business side, that it's not kind of sustainable. Every big company writes about their sustainability and all these kind of nice slogans that they do or what they support, but it's not. It's never. I spoke with a big real estate developer who owns several shopping centers in Estonia, and they said we're socially responsible. We gave 100,000 euros last year to good causes, and I looked at their annual report, and they took dividends more than 20 million euros, and out of that they gave 100,000 euros to social causes. So it's not in balance. So there's a long way to go in order for them to also understand that they also live off of the community, and they have to start giving back at one point. Otherwise, it's not just sustainable in long run. And that's also why I don't feel kind of any threat from the kind of market for Telliskivi, because all the lease agreements with the tenants here are open-ended. They can leave any time they want, so they don't have any lease agreements that they have to be here, or they have any financial costs if they want to leave early or something. That they can leave any time they want, but almost none ever leave. So that the content and the reason to be here is a lot greater than just a well-negotiated lease agreement or something like that. That the content always has to come first.